What is up? So, my name is Julie Tishone, and I'm on my journey to basically master myself. I'm on a journey to create financial freedom, and one way to do that is to create such. This is a bit loud, hold the fucking phone. To create some financial freedom. Online, I run, e-commerce stores, and yeah, I try to just basically do that. And a little update, as you clearly see, you clicked on this title and you see the road to 1 million. It's like day 400 something. First, just in that title alone, I hope that you can expect that going from zero to $1 million is not something that takes a period of time, right? We're at day 400, trying our best to show up every day. One thing I wanted to really talk about to you that I think can really resonate with who I am and where I am, I believe that's why you clicked on this video, was basically the idea to get and achieve your goals. You've heard of being disciplined, and I'm sure we all struggle with that. We struggle sometimes to be disciplined. We struggle sometimes to, do the things that we should be doing. And I'm here to help you with that because as of now, my business is, going actually pretty smoothly. I'm very, very satisfied with my growth lately. And I'm really happy with the position I am in life. I genuinely mean that. It's nothing to actually lie to myself about. I've been doing less numbers than I have in the past, but yet I am so satisfied with where I am in life and with my business. And being in the position that I am today has led me to actually get really in tune with God and into my spiritual side. And I've learned a lot, both with e-commerce, and if you're really interested in learning about, e-commerce, stay tuned to that because I have so much value that I've learned within the last month that I'm kind of waiting to release a bunch of videos on that. And the reason being is because I really want to implement it and see what's really working and see what doesn't. But I've started to learn so much about funnels and creating VSLs and really marketing fundamentals as a whole, right? Headlines and blah, blah, blah. That's going to all come. I've been learning so much from that. But I've also had the time to really learn about myself, really learn about the laws of the universe and get closer to God. And how life really works. Life really works with a cause and effect, the universal law of cause and effect. And I learned something about discipline that has truly changed how I've been living my life lately. And I can see it, it's tangible. I can see it, real life, real time, having a positive impact on my goals. So I wanted to share that with you today, and today I was going to hopefully share that on the whiteboards. So I have my little notebook here that I originally got this idea and wrote it down, and I'm going to share it with you on this beautiful whiteboard. So stick with me, stick to the end, because I do believe it's going to be some shit very valuable. And we did, okay, just marker it, good. So, if you want anything in life, anything, and I mean anything, it could be personal goals, it could be financial goals, it could be fitness goals, and I generally mean anything, but obviously, I'm somebody that does online e-commerce, and a lot of my goals are targeted towards that, but it really branches off to anything. Anybody can watch this video. And I do believe whoever you are behind the screen is going to benefit from this. And everything you want in life is going to come down to one word, one single word. I'll actually say two, obviously God. But every idea that I'm about to share to you right now is because of God. So you got to thank him. But The way the universe works, how, again, cause and effect really works. There's one thing that really gets you anything you want in life, and it is the simple word of conviction. And what does conviction even mean? Conviction, in other words, can be confidence. And it was actually very interesting, even in the Bible, you could really do your deep research and understand that the Latin meaning of faith is confidence. And conviction is the only thing that'll really allow you to get anything you want. And let me explain this. So, because now with conviction and confidence, you no longer believe, you know. And this is the formula that I'm going to attach it to discipline. So, conviction. So let me write it here. Conviction comes from self-mastery. Self-trust. You're only going to be convicted of yourself, confidence in yourself, if you have self-trust. How do you get self-trust? Now that goes into the big word that we've been talking about, and that's discipline. So this is a very simple and easy to understand formula. You start with discipline, you get self-trust, and with self-trust, you are now convicted to do anything you want in life and therefore actually achieve it and get it. And from the naked eye, this obviously looks very, very simple and easy for you to understand, and that's my goal. And I think breaking it down is what's going to make you understand and actually implement it. But we're not done. So, with discipline, so you know conviction is the end goal. But how do you get this conviction? We're going to focus on these two words, discipline and self-trust. So what you have to really focus on right now is this idea. I'll call this the self-trust reserve tank. So there's this idea called the self-trust reserve tank. And it's this little tank that you have in your body, in your mind. Not actually, we're not teaching anatomy or biology. This is a mental thing. You have a self-trust reserve tank. And depending on how filled your self-trust reserve tank is, that's how convicted you're going to be. This is like water, right? How do you increase and how do you decrease this reserve tank is completely up to you. So how you would increase is basically simply said and done. Is either you are doing what you need to do, easy, or you're not doing what you need to do. You are not doing what you shouldn't be doing. Let me write this out. Let me show you. So how you increase this water reserve tank, this self-trust reserve tank, is that you do what you should be doing. I should write should. This should be should. Should. What you should do. Doing what you should do and not doing what you shouldn't be doing. All right? Now, how do you decrease? Now, this is obviously the opposite. So doing the things you shouldn't be doing. and not doing the things you should. Again, this should be simple. I'm hoping that I'm explaining this in a very simple way where you are telling yourself, duh, right? So this is actually backed by science. This is not even something spiritual at all. Even though I've learned this through the spiritual realm, this is actually backed by science. If you go watch Andrew Huberman, you go watch any science podcast, whatever it may be, discipline is actually a muscle. They've discovered that in our brain, discipline is a muscle. And the more things you discipline yourself, the better you get at it. It's literally a muscle. And that's what the spirituality realm calls this water reserve tank, is that you need to be increasing. So basically doing what you should do and not doing what you shouldn't be doing. And then the way to decrease it is vice versa. Now, again, why is this important? The most interesting part about this, though, is let me maybe change color. Hold on. Let me change color. So this is unique to you. What do I mean by that? Okay. What do I mean by this is unique to you? You actually decide what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. That is a metric that is unique to you. Take for an example, if you have been imprinted in your head that going to the gym 6 days a week is a must, that is what you should be doing. Well, for someone else, maybe that is going to the gym 2 days a week. That is what they should be doing. So for the first person, going to the gym 4 days a week is not enough, and it's something that they shouldn't be doing. For the second person, they've actually overachieved and did something that they actually even did more than what they should be doing. Do you see? Same thing with a lot of things like smoking, having sex, maybe jerking off. To some people, jerking off is not a bad thing. To some people, it is. And guess what? The benefits that you reap from this, especially jerking off, let's say, because jerking off is actually something that you don't get instant results right away, but it's very unique to everybody, is that if you believe that jerking off is bad and you do it, you will reap the negative impacts from that. But if you believe it's not bad for you, I wouldn't say good, but like it doesn't affect you, and you do it, guess what? It doesn't affect you. So this is the idea of how you choose. You set the lines. So you know, and I can know, your mom can know, your dad can know, your friends can know what is right or wrong for you, what you should and shouldn't be doing. It's only up to you. And you know this, right? Picture so many times before you take any action or before you take inaction, you tell yourself, you have this voice in your head, I shouldn't be doing this, or I should be doing this. That voice is the dictator of how to fill your water reserve tank for self-trust. That voice in your head, you know it. You know what I'm talking about. Let's say you're eating a piece of cake for a little snack at night. It's that voice in your head like, shouldn't be doing this. It's not good. But to others, people don't give a fuck. And they'll eat the cake. And that is how you increase your self-trust. Now, if you really want to change the fundamental of if this is right or wrong, let's say you think smoking is good for you, or not good, but it doesn't harm you whatsoever, but you want to imprint it in your head that smoking is bad, then that's where you would have to do your research and come up with a logical explanation of why it's bad. Therefore, your belief will switch. But as of now, you currently, as we speak through this fucking screen, you have current beliefs set right there. And it depends on you to act on those beliefs, the shoulds and shouldn'ts. And that's how you increase your self-trust reserve tank. And that's through discipline. And when you increase the self-trust reserve tank, you now live a life filled with conviction. You are now convicted of everything you should be doing and will do, because your word is your will, your word is iron. Now here's something that a lot of people struggle with, and I do as well. And I'm going to talk about this because it is an important factor, part of this. Is procrastination. What is procrastination? Procrastination basically is this idea where people call it, put an arrow I guess, stagnant energy. It is energy that is stagnant, which means it is still, doesn't move. That is procrastination. That literally is the definition of procrastination, is you are not doing something. You're stagnant energy. Understand that. But now what is actually stagnant energy is basically, maybe the best way I can explain it in people that don't understand is when an action, so this action you are trying to do, you are trying to do directly, what's the word? Let me make sure. Contradicts. Instead of saying frequency, contradicts. A lot of people would understand frequency contradicts who you are right now. Let me give a good example. You're procrastinating to go to the gym. Why? You might think you believe in yourself and fully convince yourself that you are a person who goes in shape. You're a person that goes to the gym every time they say they're going to the gym. But you are not. Because if you were, you wouldn't be procrastinating. So deep down in your subconscious, that maybe it's there's a ratio. Maybe there's 80-20. 80% believes in it, 20% doesn't. But that doubt that no, you are not an in-shape person. You are someone that is lazy. You are somebody that doesn't go to the gym and skip days. That's still there. That still exists. And that is why on some days you have procrastination, because that part of your brain comes out. And so basically this action that has stagnant energy contradicts of who you are right now. And guess what? What I like to say, whenever you have this idea of procrastination, that action that you are procrastinating on is the direct action of what your future self wants to do, or does, basically. So if you want to get, if you want legit, tangible actions to get to the next level, to get to the future you of that you've always visioned, this person that has achieved so much, is every time you procrastinate, every time you want to do an action, but you're procrastinating because you have stagnant energy, that is the direct action of literally deciding in your brain. You right now decide, you know what? No, I am not who I am right now. I am not lazy. I'm not the person that skips the gym. I'm the person that does go to the gym. This is actually a very powerful formula. And because of that, because of this really has helped me understand the idea of future me and current me. Somebody that does certain things. So I wrote down in my little handy notebook, I have a page. And I actually erased if I can. I just wrote, I control reality right now. I control reality right now. Who am I? I'm gonna give it to you. I don't find it personal. Well, it is personal, but I don't care. I run a 7-figure online business. I help hundreds achieve their goals. I take care, I provide and protect my circle. I inspire and motivate my circle. I work out every day to look out and feel my best. To look and feel my best. I experience and travel the world frequently. And I help my family when I'm home. And I be the core to lean on. Those sentences that I wrote, I, that is the identification. That is the person. That is the future Julian that I'm trying to imitate, replicate, and become. So every time I procrastinate, every time I want to increase my self-trust reserve tank, they are all direct actions that correlate with these fundamentals, these identifications that I've now created for myself. And every time I have that thought of I shouldn't be doing this or I should be doing this, I try to rewire my brain and override it and force myself to be like, Julian, this is directly what's going to get you your goals. Whether it's fitness, whether it's health, mental, or financial, they all correlate. The way the laws of the universe works is one will be all. And that's why people say it's very difficult to be successful in one thing and not the other, which means if you lack discipline in one area, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's a higher chance that you'll lack discipline in other areas of your life. So whether you lack discipline in your financial goals, maybe struggling to be disciplined in your fitness could be a reason. And not that it could be a reason, but if you want to start embodying the future self, the future you, it involves everything. So let's say, for an example, you might call me crazy, but I truly believe if you want to snack late at night, but you have it imprinted in your head that that's not something good, you shouldn't be doing it. If you don't do it, that will correlate to your success in business indirectly. I believe that. I truly believe that. Not tomorrow, because I didn't snack last night doesn't mean I make $10,000 extra tomorrow. No. But I think it all falls into one place. And this is how I've been trying to run my life lately. And I truly see it, tangible results of how everything, not just my business, everything in my life is thriving. It's this idea of conviction. And I knew about conviction months ago, but I never really understood what, how. I didn't understand any of it. I just knew that, okay, I have to be convicted in what I do. But this formula that I brought up to you before, the conviction to self-trust to discipline, it actually all correlates to discipline. Discipline is action. A lot of people think this manifestation, speaking to God, all these spirituality talks is this disregarding action that you just plop, you just sit down and wait for things to come to you. That's not how it works. It's literally the fundamental of it all is action. And there's people that manifest without even knowing they manifest, just because they do action, just because they're disciplined. So understanding that is breaking down that formula, understanding the self-reserve water tank, putting into picture, writing down who I am, and doing the actions that embody that person is what's bringing my goals even closer. And I'm very excited to give it more time to go through it and just witness the success grow and document it on this channel. I'm very, very excited. I really hope you found this valuable. I did, and that's why I share it. I've been really learning a lot about this type of stuff. Even with e-commerce, I've been learning so much. I feel like within the last month, the amount of knowledge I've gained is honestly immeasurable. Is that the word? Immeasurable? It's really amazing, and I'm super excited to go through the rest of the year. I do believe that the goals I set are going to be achieved, and I believe, I know. It all comes down to knowing, because of the discipline I'm starting to implement, because of the self-trust I have in myself and my words, that leads to conviction, and it leads to me knowing. All thanks to God. A lot of people can take this idea and make it about themselves, make them a bit more egotistical. I always give grace to God, though. I don't run away from the true core of Christianity and Jesus Christ himself, is that everything is because of him, and I thank him. But you have to be doing the actions. That's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this valuable, because I do believe it was a proper mindset shift that I needed, and I think a lot of successful people need. So if you're going to be successful, I do believe this mindset shift will help you. And I'm glad, if you didn't know about this, I'm glad that I introduced it to you. Maybe do your own research, do your own studying, do your own thinking about it. But I believe it's the core of how we get everything. I always teach the fundamentals. I always learn the fundamentals, both on e-commerce, marketing, and in life. This is the fundamental. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day, and see you at the top.